Good afternoon. My name is Wayne Sackett, and I'm the principal of Holmen High School. Parents, families, and esteemed guests, please stand if you are able. Remove your hat if you're wearing one, and face the flag where our student body entered the auditorium, as we will hear the singing of the national anthem by seniors Hannah Burkhalter, Maddie Mueller, and Vienna Zabrowski.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
Thank you, Hannah, Maddie, and Vienna. Friends, families, and esteemed guests, and the class of 2021, please be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Mueller, our district administrator, who will share a few words.
First of all, let's give our national anthem singers a round of applause and our band. Amazing talent we have. Well, it is an honor to be standing before you today to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of Holmen High School's class of 2021. It feels so good and great to be here in the Lacrosse Center. Everybody, we did it, we made it, and here we are. Woo. Are you excited? Yeah, okay. The graduates that sit before me today have endured a high school experience like no other graduating class from Holmen High School. We will remember these graduates forever as they have lived and persevered through a pivotal moment in history. The class of 2021 will not be defined by what they lost in their final years of high school. They will be remembered for how they adapted and overcame, for how they responded and bounced back even stronger, more determined and more motivated than before. Class of 2021, you are all so amazing. I extend a special welcome and thanks to the parents, siblings, grandparents, friends, and community members who contributed to the success of these fine young men and women who sit before me. We deeply appreciate the dedication and commitment of the members of the school board who are committed to your ultimate success. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize and personally thank our amazing staff at Holmen, including 19 retirees having over 460 combined years of service. Let's thank our staff. Thank you. In a year like this past year, so many have with us that are here with us today have dedicated their time and contributed to your success, especially in these past years like we've had. So graduates, I want you to take a minute to look into the audience, find your family, make that eye contact, and let's thank you with a round of applause. Because we know we needed them to be here today. So we are repeatedly told this is unprecedented, uncharted, unheard of times. And yet here we are with you, our 2021 graduates. Parents, family members, staff, let's give the graduates a round of applause. Graduates, your life is an invaluable, priceless gift. It is worthy of boldly, vibrantly living each day, finding gratitude for all you have, staying open to all that remains possible, and remaining diligent in the pursuit of both personal success and selfless significance. As you close the door to Holmen High School and open the new doors of opportunity, there may be times that things don't go as planned, and you could get discouraged. I'd encourage you to remember that it's not the demanding circumstances and temporary setbacks that define you, but rather your choice during them and the way you choose to live after. It is common to pursue the easy path. I'd encourage you to utilize your talents for a cause that is truly worthy, that could change the world, one life at a time. I have observed in many of you the bravery, confidence, and determination of you, and know you will accomplish great things. So, in closing, know you are all special in your own way and important human beings. You are the graduating class of 2021. As you step into an uncertain world and immediately put what you learned in school to use in action, you are the class being asked to bring hope, vision, and purpose. You are the class we are hoping will help put the pieces back in an order that is just, kind, inclusive, loving, visionary, and embracing. You are the class the world is watching and rooting for. So today, you have earned the right to move to the next milestone of your journey. As you leave Holmen High School, travel with confidence, compassion, a lifelong thirst for learning, and relentless determination to achieve your goals. Congratulations, and my very best to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mueller. Today, we will hear from 3 students from the class of 2021 who will present a unique insight into their experience at Holmen High School and throughout Holmen School District. We will begin with Alexis Sy, who is the valedictorian of the class of 2021. Alexis's speech is entitled Together.
Hello. Hello? Yeah? Okay. Good afternoon, class of 2021, and good afternoon to all the friends, families, and teachers that we have here today to celebrate the accomplishments of the wonderful class before me. As he said, my name is Alexis Sy, and I'm happy to be here today representing this class as valedictorian. I'd like to start out by thanking those who helped me get to where I am today. I'd like to thank my mother over there, and she's probably not going to raise her hand, but she should, for being by my side throughout my life, for her fight to give me an academically rigorous education, for her persistence in pursuit of a diagnosis when my health became complicated, and for reminding me that each and every day she is by my side no matter what happens. I'd also like to thank my peers for making my classes both fun and educational, my teachers for pushing me to reach my fullest potential, and my friends for consistently lifting me up. And now I'd like to take a look back on the past 4 years because if my experience is at all telling, these years have been filled with hardship and triumph, joy and tears, learning and, let's be honest, sometimes just memorizing in the day of the test. We've had sports seasons filled with victory and others that had some room for improvement. We've had our Quiz Bowl team, FFA members, and DECA members qualify for or attend national competitions. We've had our robotics team, to my great personal excitement, design and build a robot that I am convinced would have crushed the competition if we were able to have a season last year. Our show choir has won the Grand Champions title, our jazz band has brought joy to the community through music, and our pep band has fueled our assemblies, varsity games, and homecoming parades. Throughout all of these extracurricular accomplishments, I know that many of us have also juggled jobs, social time, personal wellness, along with our academic commitments. It has been a busy 4 years, to say the least, but we have all gotten through it together. And it is that togetherness that has defined my high school experience. For me, the people here before me today, who I've been surrounded by for the past 4 years, have meant more to me than any class I've ever taken or material I've ever learned. Sorry to any teacher I've ever had. But seriously, if I remember only one thing 30 years from now, it's going to be the people. I will always remember my freshman year when I decided that it would be a good idea to try soy milk for the first time and found out that I had developed a serious allergy. But Alex Edwardson, raise your hand, was in the nurse's office with me and kept me company and joked while I was being prepared to be stabbed with an EpiPen. So thank you. I will always remember that. Or one of the many times that I had me picked up off the floor of the classroom because I had passed out when I was struggling with blood pressure regulation. Thank you, Ms. Della Rosa, Amber Eddy, Ethan Whitaker, the nurses, and each and every person in those classes who gave me respect and showed concern, but respected my privacy and didn't make me feel weird for struggling with my health. I will always remember Carson McCormick's beautiful guitar performance at our high school talent shows, Mrs. Bovee greeting me by name in the hallways even before she had me in class, and the day that Brett Burgett showed up to physics in real Gucci slides after the New York trip. I will always remember the sheer joy and pride that I felt after watching my classmates start the Winter Wishes Project, because from providing support to families that may have not been able to afford some necessities, to just a cup of coffee to brighten someone's day, these acts of kindness truly show the character of our class. And this character was further highlighted this past year throughout COVID. And I'm gonna keep this short because I am very sick of hearing about it. But I think that it's important to acknowledge that the struggle that we've all been through. As I've said, the people have shaped my high school experience, and when we all went to virtual learning, that social aspect suddenly became really difficult. Sitting alone in my room for hours a day staring at a computer screen had me feeling very isolated, and I struggled to stay engaged in my classes. And I'm sure that a lot of you here felt the same way. But once again, I found strength in my peers. In my classes where cameras were turned on and mics were taken off mute to jump in and ask questions and have real discussions, I those were the classes that I wanted to go to. And those were the classes where I could stay focused and found support in my peers and their inside jokes and had fun, honestly. I had online video homework sessions and hangouts to build the motivation to do my work while being as social as was safe at the time, because for me, that long to do list of homework became a lot less intimidating when I had friends by my side. Online learning was not ideal for almost anyone, but the people in my classes and my teachers made it the best that it could be. And for that, I am grateful. And now I'd like to conclude with a look forward to our collective future. As I've discussed, my peers are some of the most kind, brilliant, and talented individuals I have ever met, and I would not be here today if it were not for them. And now, class of 2021, I'm speaking directly to you here. Whether you leave here today with a detailed 10-year outline, what you're gonna do, you have it all down, or if you're just ready to take whatever comes at you, you will be successful. Whether you're going on to college, into the workforce, the military, taking a gap year, or traveling, whatever your plans are, you will find success because we are kind, we are smart, and we are strong. We will shape the future. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Alexis. Next, we will hear from our salutatorian, Mason Koss. He will share his thoughts in a speech entitled, The Value of Setbacks.
All right. Parents, family, friends, teachers, faculty, staff, and administration of Holmen High School. Good afternoon and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Holmen High School class of 2021. My name is Mason Koss, and I'm honored to be standing before you all as the class salutatorian. Over the last 4 years, I've had many challenges that I've had to overcome, just like some of you have. I'd like to share some of what I've learned. Back when I first arrived at Holmen High School, in the fall of 2017, I took my first English class, Language 910, taught by Mrs. Toltzman. One of the first assignments we had was to write a letter to our future selves that we would reread once we were seniors. About 2 weeks ago, I read this letter. Reading about my hopes and dreams for high school was eye-opening to say the least. I realized just how many goals I failed to achieve, that desired ACT score I did not receive, or that personal record for a cross-country race that I did not accomplish. Now one might think that reading about all of these goals I had failed to achieve would make me disheartened about the last 4 years of my life. However, in a weird way, it did the opposite. While I did fail to accomplish many goals I had originally set for myself, I did achieve many things I never would have expected to accomplish back in 2017. I never thought I would become the salutatorian. I never thought I would take an interest in volunteering during my time in National Honor Society, or that I would discover a passion for skiing in the school snowboard ski club. I got accepted into the college I've wanted to go to for as long as I can remember, a dream that seemed so far away as a freshman. As I stand here today, I am proud of the things I've achieved during my time in high school, rather than upset about what I did not achieve. I can confidently say that I have learned what is important in life and what is not. I've realized that plans change, and that's okay. Life often does not go according to plan. I've learned to accept myself for what I am versus being hard on myself for what I am not. While my goals may not have turned out the way I had hoped, they certainly were not for nothing. The goals I set for myself pushed me and gave me a reason to keep working hard, day in and day out. And at the end of high school, I accomplished goals I never knew I had. I can recall countless times when I would lose motivation for my academics, and I would often wonder why I was trying so hard to maintain my grades. I was constantly asking myself why I was putting in so much effort for simple assignments and tests, and wondering what all of it would lead to. Years later, here I am, giving a speech to all 284 of my fellow classmates, along with their families and all of the staff of HHS. See, if I'd given up at the first sign of struggle, I would have never pushed myself to be where I am today. I can promise that as all of us go forward in our lives, many of our plans for the future will change. The goals many of us have today may not be the goals we end up achieving in the future. It can be easy to be down on ourselves about not achieving what we originally set out to plan. However, I would love to change that mindset. Let's celebrate who we are, the goals we have achieved, and the things that we can do, instead of thinking negatively about the people we are not. I think I speak for everyone when I say that the second half of our high school careers was not what any of us had envisioned. COVID-19 derailed many of the goals and plans we had for our high school experience. The motivation to complete assignments, study for tests, or even just wake up in the morning was nearly non-existent. It tested our mental health in ways we never could have imagined. Although COVID was something we hoped to never, although COVID was something we were not prepared for and hope to never experience again, I know there will be moments in all of our lives that we did not plan for, things that come along unexpectedly, things we wish we could have prepared for. But even during those times of uncertainty, it is dire to keep pursuing our goals, no matter how unlikely they seem, no matter how often people question our abilities, no matter how often we doubt ourselves and ask if it's even worth it. Keep pushing forward, because I promise it will be worth it. One of the biggest things I've learned during high school is that the same boiling water that softens the potato also hardens the egg. It's all about what you're made of, not the circumstances. The only limits to our goals that we will ever have are the limits we set for ourselves. Unfortunately, some people we meet along our journey would kill to see us fail. Steven Spielberg was rejected by the US Film School 3 times. Dr. Seuss was turned down by 27 different book publishers. Abraham Lincoln was defeated in 8 elections before being elected president of the United States. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper because, quote, he lacked original ideas and creativity. The Beatles were rejected by a recording studio because, quote, they have no future in the music business. Albert Einstein was deemed mentally handicapped because he couldn't speak until the age of 4 or read until the age of 7. When you tell yourself that you are limitless, that's all that matters. Everyone else's opinions are insignificant. There will be many goals that we do not achieve, many goals that change shape over time, and I beg the question, so what? F. Scott Fitzgerald once said, for what it's worth, it's never too late to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Stop whenever you want. You can change or you can stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best of it or we can make the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. And I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things you've never felt before. I hope you meet people with a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you find that you're not, I hope you have the courage to start all over again. Thank you. Congratulations to all of my fellow graduates.
Thank you, Mason. Now we'll hear from Tanner Grosheck, who was chosen by his classmates to speak today. He will share his thoughts in a speech entitled, It Wasn't All That Bad. Tanner.
Thank you. Before I begin, although many thanks have already been given, I would be beside myself if I did not recognize the many individuals who helped us reach today. Firstly, I recognize our phenomenal teachers, educational assistants, and counselors. For the past 4 years, you have walked beside us, equipping us with the knowledge and skills we would need to face the reality of adult life that now stands before us today. Holmen High School is so incredibly blessed to have you, and we thank you greatly for everything you have done for your students and the Holmen community. Next, I recognize our amazing lunch staff. Your tireless efforts every day to ensure no student goes hungry are greatly appreciated. In addition to the countless meals you have prepared, you've learned so many of us by name and always choose to serve food with smiles on your faces. We thank you for all you do. Next, I recognize our amazing custodial staff. Each day, you are the first to arrive and the last to leave, always working tirelessly to ensure we enter a clean and safe school. You have gone above and beyond, helping out at the countless sporting events, concerts, parties, and gatherings, and your daily efforts do not go unnoticed. From the bottoms of our hearts, we thank you for all you have done. Following a very, very, very big thank you to all the parents and guardians here today. For 18 years, you have dedicated so much of your time, money, energy, and efforts to help develop us into the individuals we are today. Being teenagers, we didn't always physically express our appreciation, but standing here today, we thank you for your everyday efforts that have led us to become the young adults that sit before you now. Finally, I wish to recognize our outstanding team of administrators, administrative assistants, our nursing staff, and our incredible school officer, Officer Hickey. For the past 4 years, you have led our school, making sure that we could enter the building each morning, knowing that we were safe, respected, valued, and taken care of. You made the tough decisions nobody wanted to make, and have faced every challenge head on, stopping at nothing to ensure our school environment was the best it could be. To all I have mentioned, on behalf of the class of 2021, we thank you deeply for your work, and will never forget these years. Please join me in giving these individuals a round of applause. When I found out I was elected by my fellow students to give this speech today, I was overwhelmed with excitement and honor. About 10 seconds later, those emotions left me when I realized I was actually going to have to write the speech and present it in front of all of you today. No pressure, though. Struggling to know how to start, I did what any high schooler would have done, pulled up YouTube and searched best graduation speech of all time. After a few hours of similar searches, my biggest fear was coming up with another cliche, run-of-the-mill speech, starting with the phrases, "Well, we finally made it," and "the last 4 years have felt like a blur," and "it feels like just yesterday when we started our high school journey." Eventually, I decided my time would be best spent reviewing the major milestones of the past 4 years at Holmen in an attempt to bring our long 4-year journey to a close. So here goes nothing. Well, we finally made it. The past 4 years have felt like a blur, and it feels like just yesterday when we began our high school journey. That one took me 30 minutes to write, thank you. In the summer of 2017, we entered HHS as freshmen, completely unaware of the experiences that lay before us, that lie before us, that loo before us. We were going to experience a lot of new things. That year, we were charged with the task of learning what it meant to be a high school student, and we quickly came to terms with the sad reality that we were the naive freshmen, and there was nothing we could do to change that. It was different, but it wasn't all bad. For one, we had the joy of being introduced to the world of vocab visuals, where the artistic possibilities were virtually endless. Those were only supposed to last our freshman year, but oh, how wrong we were. Our generation also saw the uprising of some great trends. The year was full of 8-ball pool, water bottle flipping, the overuse of the Snapchat dog filter, and the improper use of Tide Pods. We were introduced to the dab, the whip, and the nay-nay, and learned how to juju on the beat. We went to our first homecoming, took our first finals, and some of the freshman girls went to prom by the grace of a handful of desperate upperclassmen guys. Before we knew it, summer had arrived and our freshman year had come to a close. That fall, we started our sophomore year, and while not much changed, I think we were just happy to no longer be the freshmen. Many things stayed the same, one being the fact that we still had to do vocab visuals, but there was one thing that revolutionized the high school experience, and that was TikTok. One day, a young girl named Charlie became famous for her outstanding dancing skills, and in a matter of days, every hallway, classroom, and nook and cranny of the high school was full of students testing their luck at going viral, and all the girls doing the renegade. To be honest, the only other things I could remember were Fergie's breathtaking rendition of the national anthem and everybody singing Hamilton all the time. The rest has been blocked out of our memories, which, let's be honest, is probably for the better, so that will wrap up our sophomore year. After that summer, we became juniors. We had finally worked our way up the food chain to reach upperclassmen status, and the road ahead was 2 years of complete dominance over the far less competent underclassmen. We had some major events to look forward to, one being the glorious ACT. The test we had been hearing about for the past 16 years was finally upon us, and there was nothing we could do to stop it from happening. At this point, most of us could drive and we began to experience more freedoms every day. Of course, with those freedoms came some more responsibilities, but for the most part, the year was going great. Then one day, Mr. Sackett came over the loudspeakers, telling us that we would be learning from home for the next week. And then it was 2 weeks, and then it was the rest of the year. Everybody coped with this differently, but there was definitely a mutual sadness that we would not be able to have the regular end-of-the-year experiences that we had come to know and love. As we learned to learn online, everybody's approach was different. Some fixed their sleep schedules, others absolutely obliterated theirs. Some took the extra time to better their mental health, and others discovered new hobbies they didn't know they had. Most importantly, though, is that many of us made great strides on our Minecraft worlds. Whatever the case, thank you. Whatever the case, I think it is most important to look back on this time and take note of how we have grown, because all of us did in some way or another. That summer was less eventful than usual, but I think we did a good job of making the most out of it. As summer faded into fall, we plunged into senior year from the comforts of our own home. Talking so much about the new after talking so much about the new normal in the past year, the only thing that needs to be said is that we got through it, and we are stronger individuals now because of this year's experiences. As so eloquently put by hit rapper DaBaby, the struggle made me special. Let's go. Finally, at the start of fourth term of our senior year, we returned to the building to finish what we had started so long ago. That first week back was full of more awkward silence than ever, but all in due time, it was as if we were back like we never left. I think we can all agree that our time away has led us to be so appreciative of the friendships we have and the time we get to spend with each other. And that brings us to today, the last time many of us will be in the same room together as the HHS class of 2021. For those of you going to the World Tour tonight, I look forward to enjoying each other's company one last time. And don't even think about putting your name in for that kayak because I've already won it. While today can be thought of as bittersweet, I am so excited to see what life has in store for all of us. As I look out at all of you, most of you who I've had the blessing of getting to know personally, I see a crowd full of future scholars, athletes, workers, and service members. Whatever your journey from this point on, I wish you the very best of luck and encourage you to continue to seek out the joys of life, because at the end of the day, if we aren't pursuing a path for which we have passion, it's not worth it. Finally, I challenge each of you to simply be a friend and to see others above yourself. The world desperately needs more individuals who see past the bounds of social groups and cliques, and the best way to start that change is in ourselves. I wish all of you the very best, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for being such an amazing, amazing group of people to grow up with. I'll end with a quote from Season 4, Episode 68 of the American classic SpongeBob SquarePants. Rock on, freaky bro. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2021.
Hold on, Tanner.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tanner. How does anybody follow that now? This year's faculty speaker, selected by the class of 2021, is social studies instructor Dionne Bovee. Her speech, "Do Hard Things."
Good afternoon, everyone. I am elated to be sharing this moment with you in this space. Graduates, your academic journey that led you to this day has been filled with moments of breathtaking insights, distinctive achievements, and unique attendance trends. Parents, family members, loved ones, and staff, your support to these young people has been invaluable. To everyone celebrating with us today, congratulations. We have climbed many mountains to get to this point. Our path to this moment has been unlike anything anyone could have predicted when the journey started. We did so many hard things. Members of the audience, if you are delighted to be at this juncture with these graduates and grateful to be sharing this moment with them today, on the count of 3, I want you to give us a heartfelt woo-hoo. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, not bad. But class of 2021, I know you can do better than that. So on the count of 3, I want you to make some noise. No. I want you to make a lot of noise. I want you to give us the most enthusiastic huzzah. If at some point over your academic career you persevered through a hard situation, and despite life's curveball, you are here today and excited. 1, 2, 3. You rock that. We often think of high school years as transformative years, a time to discover passions, talents, and wrestle with that big question, who am I? But the past 15 months have been astounding. And whether you are a teen or retired, all of us are changed people. We became comfortable with statements like, I didn't hear any of that. Yeah, you're on mute. And, yeah, did you know that we can see you right now? Your camera's on. We learned about the importance of genuine human connection. We went through some things, but it was also time apart. The pandemic disrupted our lives and thrust us down different trails and forced us to hit pause on many of our normal activities. Some of us spent the time plunging into the stacks of books in our bedroom. And some of us became invested in the conflict between Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin. Some of us became incredibly tech savvy and learned how to celebrate important life events virtually. And some of us combined ice cream and pasta in creative ways to create the ultimate comfort food. Some of us started workout routines and invested in some long overdue self care. And some of us resorted to bathing and grooming only after the facial recognition on our phone failed. And some of you graduating today did all of those things in 1 week. And then you simultaneously shifted your academic world from a brick and mortar classroom to a Zoom meeting. Generational branders currently call you Generation Z. You grew up with smartphones and social media and possess a technological savviness that your grandparents envy. You are beautifully diverse, amazingly innovative, and distinctively competitive. You are also committed to the greater good, passionate about social justice, engaged in your communities, and comfortable talking about factors that impact a person's mental health. All of the traits that define your generation helped you navigate the extraordinary high school experience that is uniquely yours. Because of what you have done and because of what you are going to do in the future, you will be rebranded. I believe that you will be christened Generation R. Not R for the sweet rope lights that you use to beautify your bedrooms. Yeah, your teachers enjoyed the ambiance too. Not R for the array of delicious refreshments that you prepared when you were supposed to be participating in your third hour class breakout session. And not R for the rest that you indulged in while, totally after an exhausting day of virtual school. No. You will be Generation R because of your resilience. Resilience. The ability to adapt to hard, challenging situations. Class of 2021, your collective story is a tale of resilience. Your high school experience did not unfold the way you imagined, but the greatest stories are often the ones that take unexpected plot twists and discovering that we are capable of doing unimaginable, hard things. You are Generation Resilient. More so than any class before you, you know that life does not begin when the obstacles are over. The obstacles are a significant part of the story. They are woven into the fabric of it. They are what make the hard-fought victories so sweet, the breakthroughs more exhilarating, and the good times together more precious. Graduates, keep building that resiliency. Be curious. In each day, pursue a new experience. Be focused on goals. Let go of those things you cannot control. Be kind to others, compassionate, without caution. Help lift up those that are otherwise forgotten. Be good to your body and to the earth. Remember, bank statements do not determine a person's true worth. Be bold and yet humble. Don't be frightened to make some good trouble. And when life takes you down unexpected paths, remember these 5 words: I can do hard things, because you have done hard things. Now, I appreciate that your generation, as mentioned before, is distinctively competitive. So maybe the phrase I could encourage you to remember is, how do we say that in Holmen? Oh yeah. I believe that we will win. Hey, Bennett Gunderson, can you help me out right now? We close the chapter on your high school story today, and we commence with the part of your life where new characters are about to come into play. New goals will come into focus, and new challenges await you. More unexpected plot twists are in your future. But remember, you are the main character of your story. You are the resilient protagonist, the champion of your saga, and capable of doing incredibly hard things. And we are all cheering for you.
Thank you, Mrs. Bovee. Speakers, student speakers, you are dismissed back to your seats with your classmates. As our speakers transition back to their seats, we'll be entertained by our award-winning band that has selected a musical piece entitled Our Yesterdays Lengthen Like Shadows. Thank you, band, Mrs. Jensen and Mrs. Clark. At this time, I'd like to invite our senior choir members to move to the back of the auditorium on the risers. An alma mater is a musical anthem of a school. It differs from a fight song in that an alma mater is a more formal presentation and representation of the school. Our alma mater was composed by longtime school district of Holmen teacher Jeff Crockless. The lyrics were written by 2020 graduate Aubriana Rainey. The Holmen High School alma mater was written to honor the graduating class of 2020 and all future graduating classes. Our alma mater will be sung by our senior choir members, accompanied by the Holmen High School band. Thank you, senior choir members, band, Mr. Mortensen, Mrs. Clark, and Mrs. Jensen. We have an amazing music program in the school district of Holmen. How about one more round of applause for our amazing musicians? Dr. Mueller, I present these candidates to the class of 2021 from Holmen High School. I can attest they have or will have completed the requirements for graduation. Would the first row please stand and approach the stage? Come on, Ken.
Caleb James Abbott. Theodore William Achterkirk. Lydia Kaylin Addison. Mackenzie Lynn Amerman. Henry Donald Amundsen. Corinna Nicole Ashbacker. Caden Robert Back. Amelia Jo Balsley, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Caden Spencer Banks. Samuel James Barnett. Raina Susan Baumgarn, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Maximilian Irish Beadle. Brandon Mark Bellicero. Brett Lee Burgett. Caden Thomas Bertelson. Georgia Lynn Burgum. Alexis Christine Bjorgi. Sydney Elizabeth Blank. Reagan Jean Bow. Ian Christopher Bowker. Abigail Joyce Bromwell. Chance Adam Brandow. Jada Judith Brandt. Erin Elizabeth Bringy, military commitment. Abby Elizabeth Britton. Gordon Thomas Buckner. Hannah Eve Burkhalter, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Cabrin Jade Burns. Anna Marie Callan. Trevor Alexander Cerisa. Maggie Ellen Schaefer. Kelsey Sue Clements. Carrie Marie Cole. Jaden Lee Collins. Joseph Elliott Cohn. Bennett Ketchum Conley, top 10%. Jacob David Cook. Jacob Paul Daly. Trenton James David Huseman. Emily Sue Dayton. Trinity Marie Doolittle. Scott Aaron Doherty. Erin Nicole Ducharme. Julie Lola Robin Duxbury. Violetta Grace Eagle. Amber Lynn Eddy. Ferndale recipient, top 10%. Alexander James Edwardson. Connor Brevin Espelin, military commitment. Andrew Paul Evenson. Samuel David Evenson. Gavin Michael Flathammer. Ashton Gregory Felmy. George Glenn Frisbee. Sierra Dawn Fragel. Jasmine Marie Gabbard, top 10%. Ella Catherine Gander. Samantha Shaylin Ganther. Amber Ann Gardner. Ella Kimberly Gelder. Gregory James Gibbons. Alexander Flint Gibbs. Nicholas Amelio Gillespie. Riley Joseph Goglin. Natalie Ryan Graff. Chloe Lynn Grant. John Kenton Gray. Hannah Marie Griffin. Tanner Dean Grosheck. Ferndale recipient, top 10%.
Bennett Andrew Gunderson. Olivia Ann Guthrie. Marley Jade Hagelin. Gabriel Minsu Hamis. Mason Thomas Hamis, military commitment. Max Earl Hammond. Marin Julian Handland. Maggie Sue Hanks, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Lillian Mia Harding. Mason Matthew Harper. Trinity Lynn Haugen. Jake Daniel Hawes. Aaron Luke Hertz. Seth Charles Herman. Anna Marie Hesh, top 10%. Megan Jean Hess. Haley Eve Hillman. Sophia Edna Hoke. Andreas Tetens Hogue. Chance Ray Hopkins. Mirashita Shea Hudson. Addison Elizabeth Hughes, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Aidan Patrick Hutflis, military commitment. Sydney Catherine Jar. Evan Lee Jameson. Dominic Jerome Johnson. Kiana Marie Jones. Jameson Scott Youngen. Jenna Marie Justice. Cole Jackson Calander. Parker David Kenhammer. Vanessa Mariah Kerforbes. Emma Lynn Kettleson. Samuel Colt Klein. Evan Michael Klein. Noah David Klein. Cody James Klonecki. Natasha Lynn Comperud, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Savannah Mary Sue Conter. Madeline Vaughn Korish. Charles Arthur Koshinsky. Mason David Koss, salutatorian, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Gracie Elizabeth Kromke, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Ashley Marie Kruger. Kaylin Jean Kuyak. Henry Michael Lacasse, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Braden Michael Lachecki. Justice Marie Lakey. Jada Daniel LaFleur. Edward Joseph LaGrange, military commitment. Michael Scott Lampridge. Aubrey Lynn Larrivee. Trevor Lauren Libakken. Hannah Ray Lee. Jaden Andrew Lysol. Madison Ann Lemke, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Julia Rose Licht. Kellen James Lomas. Megan Lillian Longway. Chloe Chinlai Lore.
Jenica Jean Moss. Lillian Rain Madsen. Austin Ryan Millay. Braden Charm Malley. Joseph Cho Malley. Spencer Edward Malone. Xavier Thomas Albert Marcon. Thomas Owen Marcoux. Samantha Ann Marr. Dylan James McCarthy. Carson Thomas McCormick. Matthew Robert McGarry. Lindsay Ruth Mead. Ryan Thomas Mead. Reed David Milsna. Cooper Thompson Moling. Abigail Rose Molstead. Deja Marie Saint Mua. Zachary Thomas Marouz. Madison Millicent Mueller. Kelly Lynn Mulholland. Megan Grace Muma Fleury. Agnes Robbie Murphy. Devin Thomas Nesseth. Brady John Navela. Nathan Patrick Nevela. Ava Rianne Newsom. Aiden Joseph Noth. Carter Nicholas Oliver. Noah James Orr. Parker Anthony Otto. Sydney Lee Page. Isaac Jeffrey Paulson, perfect attendance. Lila Elizabeth Paulson, military commitment. Kendall Aspen Pickett. Chesney Alicia Polmadal. Emily Rose Porith, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Benjamin Lee Pint. Jasmine Ariana Ramirez. Brock Matthew Rayburn. Emma Caroline Reber. Caden Ender Reed. Owen Christopher Reichert. Alexis Rose Radons. Austin James Roberts. Melanie Diane Roberts. Andrew Paul Heglin Rosenow. Alexander Michael Rudy. Ashton Jeffrey Rudy. Peyton Elizabeth Running. Derek Thomas Russell. John Richard Sarazin. Raven Marie Scarberry. Mallory Anne Marie Shams, military commitment. Brianna Sue Schmeckpepper. Heidi May Schmelzer. Andrew Joseph Schmidt. Casey Marie Schmitz. Carmen Alexis Schrader. Cole August Schultz. Jaden Kenneth Schultz. Riley Nicholas Schultz, Verndale recipient, top 10%.
Tessa Danielle Seals. Shante Marie Shared. Gavin Michael Smith. Samuel Allen Smith. Xander Thomas Smith. Jada Marie Stage. Mason Warner Steele. Logan Todd Steindorf. Hope Fiore Joy Steinhoff, military commitment. Zachary Hunter Stimmick. Andrea Marie Schwartzberg. Emma Elizabeth Swadek, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Alexis Jean Sy, valedictorian, Verndale recipient, top 10%. Olivia Marie Temp. Trevin John Thompson. Jada Alexis Thorud. Kennedy Ree Elizabeth Tisdale. Alyssa Marie Tooley. Raina Ann Torgerson. Parker Calvin Torgerud. Bridget Renee Torud. Nina Gabrielle Treater. Mason Patrick Tronick. Haley Ann Valiska. Olivia Lynette Van Isle. Amy Gauhli Vang. Zihlu Sindra Vang. Sebastian Vang. Sophia Sheng Vang. Carter Neil Vetch. Eric William Voigt. Ariel Rolls Folden. Abigail Marie Von Arks. Kehanali Kyo Fu. Chutu Charzeni Vu. Ryland Haven Wall. John William Waters. Connor Joseph Weiss, military commitment. Ethan Paul Wells. Trenton Willard Wentz. Elise Nicole Werner. Seth Christopher Westland. Jenna Nicole Westfall, Ferndale recipient, top 10%. Giovanna Dana White. Natalie Rose White. Ethan Scott Whitaker, Ferndale recipient, top 10%. Patricia Stephanie Wiedenhoff. Angelina Jean Winchell. Andrea Lynn Wink, Ferndale recipient, top 10%. Gina Zhang. C. Yang, Ferndale recipient, top 10%. Ethan James Young. Kayla Sue Zabel. Aaron Hunter Zale. Vienna Marie Zabrowski, Ferndale recipient, top 10%. Landon Paul Zimmerman. Max Nunemacher. Michael David McCarty. Elijah Anthony Zagrodnik.
Yo, can you hear me? All right, we're all good.
Thanks, Cooper. I guess I was on mute. Class of 2021, you may now move your tassels from the right side to the left side as we recognize the class of 2021. As we recognize the class of 2021 and all that you have achieved, I'd like to take a few moments to myself, thank a few groups and individuals. First, I'd like to thank the HHS administrative team, Nick Bakke, Mark Englerth, and Ben Jorn, for navigating this last challenging year. I'd like to recognize our office staff, Mrs. Hickey, Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Ward, Mrs. Deely, Mrs. Reinwinkel, Mrs. McKinney, Mr. Sullivan, and Mrs. Walker for their dedication for helping support and organize the ceremony. Thank you to Mr. Krieger and Miss Maddie Stoker for the work that you put together to live stream this event for our friends and family that could not be with us or attend today. A heartfelt thank you to our senior advisors. While some of you are new advisors this last year, others have been with your homeroom students for 4 years, and you have spent a lot of time building great relationships and offering words of wisdom. I would like to thank our senior committee, Ella Gander, Abigail Mosed, and Jada Brandt for their input regarding today's ceremony, and Miss Ann Marcus, Miss Greg Rakowski, Mr. Jason Loloff for leading this group. It's been a lot of work this year. Thank you. I too would like to recognize our HHS and district retirees, as Dr. Mueller had mentioned earlier, that have amassed a collective 464 years of service in the district. Would the rest of our HHS staff that are here today please also stand to be recognized for the challenging year you have faced in working with our seniors? Lastly, I'd like to take a few moments and honor our Holmen alum. If you've graduated from Holmen High School and you're able, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Class of 2021. Much has happened since Friday, March 13th of 2020. You've experienced life in a way that no other graduating class has in the past. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines first class as of the highest quality and the first or highest group in a classification. First class can also be defined as the first to achieve an event. Class of 2021, you are indeed first class. You are the first class that has not taken the ACT at school. You are the first class to attend school in a virtual, hybrid, and full in-person model. You are the first class to use technology to hold a virtual concert for band, orchestra, and choir. You are the first class to utilize the new facilities that our Holmen community has blessed us with their tax dollars. The new FAC, band room, wrestling room, gymnastics room, athletic training room, locker rooms, fitness center, CTE rooms, flexible learning space, school stores, room commons area, kitchen and service area. Thank you, Holmen community, for your generosity. You are the first class to experience sports in a whole different way and have had an alternate fall sports season in the spring. You are the first class to run the model store Lockdown Lodge and complete it virtually, setting a record with over $11,000 in sales. You are the first class to run Winter Wishes virtually, granting over 220 wishes and raising over $6,000, which you gave away. You're the first class to hold a Masked Singer concert. You're the first class to hold Dancing with the Sports Stars, setting a new record of donations of over $14,000 and those things you've done for your classmates. You are the first class to have an outdoor prom. And you are the first class to have our senior recognition night in the new Fine Arts Center. You have Zoom muted, unmuted, camera on, camera off, sacrificed, volunteered, delivered, cooked, cleaned, moved, and so many more things that I probably don't have time to mention. And I would agree with Mrs. Bovee. You are resilient. That can be defined as tending to recover from or adjust to misfortune or change. You have been able to persevere physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, and spiritually because you are first class. Too often, we judge things by how we feel when we begin, when we should be judging them by what is produced when it's done. Your senior year did not begin as any of us would have hoped. But I can say without a doubt, it has produced a first class. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the first class addition to our alumni family, the Holmen High School graduates of 2021.